Yeah, I mean, it's even more frustrating knowing that we shot ourselves in the foot. Didn't really give ourselves a chance to really make the plays that we needed to make. I feel like we had a great week of prep as a defense, as special teams, as an offense, just as a team collectively, and too many penalties. Needed more guys stepping up and doing their job, not doing everybody else's job. So. Yeah, it's even more frustrating knowing that that game is completely in our control and we let it get out of hand.
What do you is there anything you can point to? I mean, you said you had a good week of practice, and then you come out and just in all phases it ended up looking like that. Is there any reason why that was, you think? Or?
I think it just comes down to trusting your teammates, trusting the coaches and the scheme, and just doing your job like I talked about, not doing anybody else's job. When guys go down, we know that it's next man up mentality, and we talk about that all the time, and we need to show that we can do that in all phases. But yeah, it just comes down to performing the way that we practice, and we didn't get that done tonight.
Obviously, turnover margin, big factor in today's game, and you guys have been doing pretty well at getting the ball out. Just what do you think were some of the reasons why today Fresno seemed to be able to protect the ball a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, didn't play with that mindset of tapping at the rock like we talk about, really making plays on the ball. Obviously, they ran the ball a lot more than we wanted to, and making sure that when we get first guy in, the second guy in takes a tap at the rock, and really just being ball aware. I don't think we're as ball aware as we have been in the previous games, and as a defense, we need to do a better job of giving our offense more opportunities to really gain that field position.
You guys were defending against a short field quite a lot today. I guess just how difficult is that for the defense when you're constantly trying to stop them even from being right at field goal range almost already?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the name of the game. We'll always have our offenses back and the team's back, and that's just the nature of being on defense. We need to be able to do better and put the fire out. I mean, there were 2 drives where they went 3 plays and scored a touchdown. That can't happen. As a defense, we need to do a better job really rallying together and stopping any offense that comes on the field and those kind of situations and force them to a field goal. I don't think we did a good enough job as defense doing that. So that gives them life and momentum, and we need to crush that momentum as soon as possible.
I know you guys will never use injuries as an excuse, but with them mounting, how much is this bye week needed?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great time for us to regroup, come together, get our bodies right, get our minds right for the last 3 games of the season that are guaranteed, and just play the way that we know we can play. Obviously, there's going to be a lot to correct on film. And so seeing how we can do that better throughout the week, and then when it comes game time, executing those kind of things. So, yeah, I think it's great for our program. This definitely leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I know it does for all the other guys too. So should give us an edge this week to win this week and get after San Diego State the following week.
What would your message be to the fans? Obviously, you could tell they're frustrated for most of this one.
I don't really know if I have a message. I just feel like we've had continued support all season. I don't think one game defines the way we're playing and the way our season's going. We have everything in front of us. And as long as we keep rallying behind each other as teammates, nothing else matters. And that's what we're going to focus on this week. Keep everything the focus on us and not on outside sources.
You mentioned the last 3 games of the season that are guaranteed, but obviously everything is still in front of you to make the conference championship game. As one of the leaders of the defense, how much is it going to be on you and Jaden and Ty, the guys that have been with the program for a little bit, to kind of make sure that refocused energy is there to come out of the bye week and still make the conference championship?
Yeah, I think as for me personally right now, it's taking time away from the game. Really taking in this loss, and then moving on, flushing it, getting everything I need from the coaches, and making sure that I get with them on everything that I can improve on personally, how I can approach things better before I can start leading everybody else. I don't think it's it's obvious that everybody's process is different. Everybody can do things better, and so to focus on ourselves before we start leading everybody else throughout the week is massively important. And just coming together, as always, focusing on each other and finding ways to make each other better.
Like, defense was getting some stops in there, but those drives got elongated by some of those penalties, those personal fouls. Were the emotions running high on defense in a rivalry like this, or was it just, what would you kind of attribute that to?
Yeah, I mean, I would need a chance to look back at them, but I know everything is in our control. I felt like as a defense, we gave up too much on our own. We let things kind of come easy, especially with those penalties like you're talking about. And yeah, we need to be a lot more level-headed and not give up the penalties that are in our control. But anything technique-wise that comes up, that happens, that's the game. But all the penalties that are in our control, we need to go back and look at, and we need to fix it immediately because I believe we shouldn't have given their offense any life whatsoever. So I think those penalties attribute to that, as well as not fitting the way we needed to fit on defense in the run game.
Mark, I'm not asking you to speculate about Maddox or anything, and you probably knew the answer before today, but what does Maddox Madsen mean to this team?
Yeah, I mean, talk about a guy that's been battling through an injury all year, and then you see it just kind of go down even worse, and then it's gotten to a point where he can't play on it, at least for the rest of this game. I have no idea what's going on with him. But, I mean, it's just a testament to who he is. He gives everything to this program, everything to the offense. He's been working his tail off in the training room, getting his body right, and then obviously studying these defenses with virtually no reps during the week is not an easy thing to do. And we're asking a lot of Mad Dog, and he's doing it without any question. So, yeah, I mean, he's an ultimate teammate. I have no idea what's going on with him in the future for the rest of the time, but I know he's exactly what this program needs. He exemplifies the culture to me perfectly.
All good?
Thank you, guys.
Good. John, are you good?
Well, as always, appreciate you guys' time covering our team, and win or loss, painful moments, happy moments, still give God the glory. Thank you, Jesus, for an opportunity to coach this team, man. And I believe God never says oops, but this hurts. And first off, I want to talk to Bronco Nation. I truly apologize for the product that they watched today. They save their money. They find a way to come out and support our team. And what they watched today was not the standard. And I apologize to all the families and people that found a way to pack that stadium out and stayed the entire game, was loud the entire game, and we did not play to the standard that they deserve. And I truly, truly apologize to Bronco Nation. And it's my job as the head coach to get that fixed, and should have never happened in the first place. It was my job to get it fixed. So Bronco Nation, I'm so thankful for you. I don't take you for granted. We haven't lost at home in a while, and seeing another team come in here and celebrate on the blue after kicking our tails hurts and is painful, and it needs to be. And it needs to be for me, it needs to be for our staff, it needs to be for our players. And we do not take it lightly. It's not something that we run from one bit, and it's something that we got to get fixed really, really quick. So in regards to the game, we didn't execute in all three phases, had every opportunity to win the game. Hats off to Coach Entz and Fresno State, though. They came in here and kicked our tails in all three phases. They kicked our tails, and they absolutely earned the right to beat us at home, and hats off to them. In regards to us, we got a lot of work to do in all three phases. And it's not because our starting quarterback goes out early in the game. Yes, that happened. That's adversity, but it's next man up, carry the flag. And we didn't execute enough at all positions on offense to be successful tonight. And we had a Fresno State offense that we were doing a good job against, but then established a run game that we didn't stop. I mean, they ran the ball right down the middle of our defense consistently in the second half of that game, and that cannot happen. I don't care, on the road, at home, you cannot have a team rush for almost 200 yards against you and be successful defensively, period, end of story. Special teams-wise, we flat out just don't do our technique up front in our field goal unit. We get a kick blocked. Can't happen. So when we practice, we got to look at who we're having in those roles. We got to look at what we're making sure we're focused on the right things in practice, because it's something we've done a good job with, and those are critical points in a game that we got to make sure we get that fixed. So in all three phases, we got our tails kicked today, and it's on me as a head coach. I love this team. I love our staff, and the product tonight breaks my heart that that's what we put out there for Bronco Nation. And we got to get it fixed. Still have everything in front of us. We're a one-loss team in the Mountain West that has to find a way to improve and grow in this bye week. Obviously, you don't love going to a bye week with a loss. You don't love a loss regardless. But we knew off a 7-game stretch without a bye week that this was going to be a grind. And we just went out and flat out didn't execute today. Didn't play with the energy and juice that we needed to. And that's on me. And that's absolutely on me. I thought our prep was really good this week, but obviously it wasn't good enough. And I got to look and see where we missed it as a staff to put our players in really good spots. Because it's a great team. I love this team. I love our staff. But my heart is broken for the product that was on the field today.
What, are you expecting to have to go with Max moving forward? Or?
Yeah, we're going to continue to look at what happened with Max. I think it's going to be a while from what I initially saw. We'll give you guys an update on Monday or whenever to give you guys more clarity. But he's an absolute warrior. He's been banging through an ankle injury all year, practicing a little bit, pulling him from stuff to keep him healthy so we can go out there and battle to help his team, because he's a competitor, elite competitor that doesn't think about himself. He cares about the team. But I think it's going to be a while. I don't know. Jason Steele's another one. I think that one could be a while too. We'll see from the initial conversation with me and our trainers. Obviously, we got to continue to look at all the imaging and all that, and we'll see who else is banged up. And we got to get guys healthy in the bye week. We got to work. We got to get some stuff fixed in all three phases, because we got enough to win games, and we had enough tonight, and we didn't, or this afternoon, and we didn't execute.
From your understanding, is this a re-aggravation of something from whatever happened in the Air Force game, or something more recently, or is this
I don't
totally new?
think so. From what it was initially told to me, obviously it's something a little bit different, but we'll see. I'm sure it had something to do with the injury he was battling prior, but from what I was told, this is something different, and so we got to walk that path.
You mentioned Maddox being in and out of practice various times over the last few months. How prepared do you think Max Cutforth was for that moment today, having to go into the game like that?
Yeah, I know just watching practice. I mean, Max gets a ton of reps. Coach Hill does a phenomenal job with him. He does a good job in practice. He preps the right way. Obviously, he didn't play extremely well tonight, but this isn't on Max, right? Did he play perfect? No, there's some things that Max needs to do better, but this is on our entire team. All parts of our offense we didn't execute well tonight, from our tight ends to our O-line to our receivers to our quarterback. On the flip side, defensively, we didn't execute the way we needed to, special teams-wise. So this is not on Max. Max made some good plays. There's going to be some things on film that watching live, and I know that we got to be better at, and we will be.
Is he clearly the guy if Maddox is out, or is there any kind of competition there with Caleb still?
We'll look at it, BJ. I mean, right now, I believe in Max. I really do. Obviously, Caleb's going to keep competing, and we got to look at ways to be able to move the ball offensively. And we've got who we got. And if guys aren't able to be healthy and play, then we got to find a way as a coaching staff to put our players in situations to move the ball and create explosive plays and create touchdowns. We couldn't do that efficiently at all. We had multiple opportunities where it was 3rd and XL, 4th and XL, and we got to punt the ball in a critical game. So we're going to continue to look at it. I mean, the best players will play always, but I believe in Max. Max does a great job in practice. There's some things he did well tonight. Obviously, there's some things he didn't. But that's for every player on our team. Starters on O&D that didn't play their best tonight. Was it a lack of focus? Was it too much emotion? I don't know. I got to look at it with our staff. I really felt like we had a great week of prep, but we missed something. I mean, there's a reason why we go out and play the way we did tonight and got our tails kicked at home. There's a reason. Hats off to Fresno State. They earned the right to get the victory, but there's a reason, and we got to look at why.
Obviously, you last few weeks you've hinted at it. Marco was talking about Maddox and what he's gone through to just try to stay on the field, and clearly he's a guy that you got to rip off the field. How is he doing right now? I mean, have you had time to talk to him?
Yeah, he's in it. As a competitor, he's in as good a place as he can be right now. I mean, he was great with his team on the sideline, even on crutches and with a boot on. But he was cheering on his team, bringing juice in the sideline. That's uncommon for a competitor that's given everything and still gets the game ripped from him. So he was great. I mean, but that's who he is. He's a selfless kid that loves his team. I don't know how long it's going to be. I think it could be a little bit. But we need every bit of Maddox, even in regards to his leadership, even if he's not out there. Like I said, I believe in Max. I believe in Caleb too. But right now, Max our guy, and we got to go find a way to win football games with Max. And that's our job as coaches. And we got more than enough weapons on offense to create explosive plays where it's not all on Max. On the flip side, we got to play elite defense. That's a standard here. We did not tonight. We played really good at times in this game, and then we got worn down. And that can't happen. There's no excuse. No excuse for a team to rush for almost 200 yards against us, period. Point blank.
I know you're not blaming this game on Maddox getting injured and everything else, but just how tough is it when your starting quarterback goes out in a rivalry game like this?
Yeah, I mean, regardless what game you're in, when your starting quarterback gets hurt, that's adversity, right? It's adversity. No, he's the starter for a reason. And obviously, I think the world of Maddox. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks around. But it's next man up. I mean, there's no excuses. We did all 3 phases. We didn't play well enough to win this football game. And Maddox was in there for 2 drives. We didn't do anything offensively. So, yes, it hurts when your starting quarterback goes down. Is there a lack of momentum and some of those things in a football game when one of your best players gets hurt and can't play? Absolutely. But that is not why we lost this football game. We lost this football game because we didn't execute in all 3 phases, and that is on me.
Penalties reared their head again.
Yep.
You had drop passes. Just what kind of were the struggles between those self-inflicted wounds?
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, and it's something that some games we've done much better with it, and sometimes we haven't. Today we didn't. I mean, we had a couple pre-snap penalties on receivers to start the game, right? Can't happen. Can't happen. Can't happen in any position, but can't happen, especially at receiver. And then we had some personal foul penalties. Some of them watching the film on the iPad. Maybe I don't agree with it, or I do. It happens, and too many. I mean, we got a rough in the passer. We got a late hit out of bounds. We got a late one on Amarion. So we got to look at it. I got to continue to watch the film to see what we're missing, because penalties kill you because it shows a lack of discipline, and we got to get fixed.
What were the struggles in the run game? I mean, it's particularly in the second half. I think -5 rushing yards in the second half for you guys.
Yeah. Well, both sides of the ball. I mean, we didn't stop the run on defense, and I got to look at that and see exactly what's happening. How a game goes, I don't get a lot of time to watch on the sideline and see, but we weren't able to stop the run really at all in the second half. And then offensively, we couldn't establish a run game at all throughout the game. I don't know what our total rush yards were, but it wasn't good. And it doesn't matter who. For us, we're built to run the football. That's what we do. We run the football, and off that comes our pass game. And if we can't establish a run game, it's going to be really tough sledding for us offensively, regardless who our quarterback is. So got to look at it. Got to see what is it from up front to our tight ends to our running backs to the schemes we're installing and playing. We got to be way better.
Seem like another excuse question, but and I know you guys practice a ton, but you look like your lineup out there. You're missing half your starters from the season opener. 2 of your top 3 receivers are out. Your backup left guard in, your backup center in, your backup quarterback in. I mean, how often do you ran out that rotation probably in the last 3 months? I mean, it just seemed like a pretty unique circumstance.
Yeah, Jay. I mean, it's next man up, carry the flag. I mean, it's hard, but I mean, yeah, we've had a bunch of injuries, and got to find a way to get guys healthy. Got to look and see how we can keep the guys that we got healthy to continue to finish this run. We had some guys out tonight, but it's still next man up, carry the flag. I mean, we have 109 guys on our team, and every single one of them are needed. Every single one of them are here for a reason. They've earned the right to be here. And if we put them on that field, there's a standard with which we are requiring them to play, and they've earned the right to play. And so everyone that was on that blue tonight, from our perspective, earned the right to play. Now, they obviously didn't execute the way they needed to. So we got to look at it. But it's not because we don't have enough. It's not because we don't have the right players here or the right coaches. We've got a bunch of guys hurt and that are out, and we got to look at it, and we're going to, as a staff, to see, okay, who are our best guys and where are we putting them in the right situation? Special teams, offense, defense, because it's next man up. You look across college football, there's no excuses. There's no they lost, but I don't see any of that. And there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. This is on us. We got our ass kicked in all 3 phases, and we got to find a way to be better.
Maybe the defense didn't meet your standard, but I think you guys forced 7 3-and-outs on 15 drives. They had 1 scoring drive of over 50 yards. I mean, it seemed like there was a lot of good. And Ty Benefield again. How hard did Ty play tonight from you?
I mean, Ty Benefield, man, he plays his absolute tail off. I mean, never flinched. I mean, even that last drive of the game where we have no timeouts, they get one first down, they're going to kneel it out, and he's still flying around making tackles. Marco Notarini, Braxton Feely, Max Steege played his tail off tonight. I mean, I can go down the list of guys that just battle. So is there going to be a lot of good things on film defensively? Absolutely. But we hold our defense to really, really high standards here. And if we score 7 points, that's enough to win. That's what elite defense is. And there's 7 drives where it was exactly what we needed to, but they got worn down. And yes, that's why you win and lose as a football team. All 3 phases, but there's still going to be a lot of stuff on film defensively that we got to work to get fixed.
You mentioned that with the injuries with some of the guys that it might be a little while. From a coaching staff perspective, then, does it make it a little more helpful that you'll have extra time to prepare now and you got 2 weeks to kind of get ready and devise a game plan knowing that you could be down some guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to use the bye week to recharge, to refocus on the things we need to learn and grow in. I mean, there's some fundamentals and techniques that need to get fixed. And we got to look at it schematically to see what are we missing in all 3 phases. And then it's also getting guys healthy. And if guys aren't going to be back healthy for our next games, we got to pour into the guys that are. And we got to figure out who our best players are in all 3 phases and get them the reps they need.
Chase Penry real quick. One of the bright moments right before halftime, he catches his first touchdown, and I was just trying to do the math real quick. It's probably over 1,000 days of college ball, and he's just kind of waited for this moment.
So, I mean, Chase Penry is a great teammate, first and foremost. And I know he's probably had some frustration throughout the year, not getting some of the touches, not getting some, but he's still, I have yet to ever go out to practice and not see Chase Penry working his tail off to help this team. Never flinched, never complained, and that goes a long way with me because he cares about the team. And so seeing him score that touchdown, he absolutely earned it. Absolutely deserves. So that's why we've got more than enough. We got to put him in the right situations, and we need our guys to step up. Appreciate you guys.
That's good.